Good day, welcome back to our channel. Today we'll be using Rhema's Foods Cassava Multi-Grain Loaf Mix to make Rhema's Foods Cassava Multi-Grain Bread. This pack contains all of the dry ingredients to make your loaf and is 100% gluten-free and packed with zinc, iron, and fiber. The dry ingredients in the pack include cassava flour, baking powder, salt, baking soda, cinnamon, oats, pumpkin seeds, sesame seeds, and flax flour. You would need these following wet ingredients: 1 cup of almond milk, 1 tablespoon of oil, and 2 eggs beaten. Our cassava multigrain bread can be made using 3 easy steps. First step, pour out your dry ingredients into a mixing bowl like this. Okay, so these are your dry ingredients here, and these are your wet ingredients. So you have 2 eggs beaten, you have oil, and you have milk. So if you don't have almond milk, you can use any milk of your choice, such as low fat or full cream. We also have a mix here of oats and pumpkin seeds to top your bread when it's done. Now, for persons who can't use eggs, you can use chia seeds or flax seeds soaked in water, and we have included that in the dry ingredients already. For the oil, while we spoke about coconut oil, you can also use any oil of your choice. So for the dry ingredients, on emptying it into the mixing bowl, you mix it up a little bit to make sure it's consistent. Right, and form a little hole in the center. And the first ingredient you're adding is your 2 eggs. Right, followed by your coconut oil or your regular cooking oil. Then you add your milk. Okay. Right, then mix your batter. Mix in all of the wet ingredients into your dry ingredients using a wooden spoon into your mixing bowl. Make sure you get all of the sides in. Mix it thoroughly. It's important to note that cassava flour cannot be kneaded like wheat flour. It's often used with the mixing method. The mixing method is often used as the preferred method to make bread when we are using gluten-free flour. Right, so cassava flour absorbs a lot of water, as you would see. So the mixture is very thick, so you may have to add about 3/4 cups of water. Yes. Mixed in. You don't want it too liquid, but you want it just flowing consistency. So this is how it looks already. Drop in consistency, yes, just like that. Okay. All right, so you could also use a spatula when it's almost done to get all of the mixture from the sides. Yes, our bread looks delicious already. Okay, so we are preparing our 9-inch pan at this time. Okay, so we are going to pour our batter now into our 9-inch pan. Yes, get all in. You want to get all of the batter into the pan. Right, using a spatula, scrape all of the batter in. Okay, now we're going to show you a little trick. Just shake it up. Make sure it settles well. It's even throughout the pan. Shake it up a little bit. Just like that. Now we're getting ready for our topping. So in a small bowl, you'll see we have our oats and our pumpkin seeds. We're going to put those at the top. Right? Just like what you see here on the back. So this will be in a pack that will be placed inside your cassava multigrain loaf mix pack, right? So look for it. This is going to be used to be sprinkled on top of your loaf. Yeah? So let's sprinkle it here now. That right around. Pumpkin seeds are high in zinc and adds more nutrition to your cassava loaf. Oats are also high in fiber. All right, so this is how it should look. It's important to note that you don't want to overfill your pan as well too. So you should have about half-inch clearance at the top, because when this is put in the oven, it is going to rise and don't want it to overflow the pan. Right, so that should be about half-inch clearance. Yeah. All right, so it's important to note as well that because this is a gluten-free bread, that it would not rise as much as a white bread. It's important too to also look at the fact that when it's being baked, you will get some cracks at the top, so look out for those. But not to worry, nothing is wrong with your bread. It's just part of the gluten-free experience. So it won't rise as high, as well as you will get some cracks in the center. So this is what it looks like before it goes into the oven. Right now we are preparing the oven. Yeah, so it's also important to note that this recipe does not contain any wheat flour, and you will see how delicious it comes out. So you prepare your oven, set it to its maximum temperature, 300 degrees C. All right. So we place it there for around 30 minutes, 35 minutes. So you're setting the temperature to around 200 degrees C, and this is how it looks like around 20 minutes after going into the oven. See, it's rising nice. Yeah. So a good way to check to see if your loaf is ready is to use one of these prongs here, these metal prongs. And stick it around the center. Once it comes back out, dried, basically, to the touch, your loaf should be ready. So this one took about 35 to 40 minutes, took a little longer than usual. All right, so it's about ready to come out of the oven now. As you can see, the loaf is generally golden brown at the top. So that's another way to look to make sure that it's ready. As you can see, there are some cracks at the top, and the loaf has raised fairly evenly right around. It hasn't overflowed the pan, but it's generally good to go now.